Alright, welcome back everybody to the next episode of Gloomhaven. We learned a pretty important lesson in the previous episode, and I want to just briefly say that I was sick during the recording of that one, and so I'm sorry if I didn't feel like I was on top of things. Not in terms of gameplay, but like in the best condition either, and that would have been why. I still am feeling it a just a bit, but whatever. We're gonna play because I want to play more Gloomhaven. Since last we talked, I have learned a new thing, because I was wondering about this icon here with the Warhammer. You noticed that I bought the two Warhammers that were available, despite having trash talked them so much. They have not been expended, and I noticed that the power potion that the Spellweaver that we used in the previous episode also was not expended and lost, and I was wondering why. And so you can go in and read the actual rules of the games here, and you find the item things and then the using items, and here's the symbol. They're consumed after use and can only be refreshed within a scenario by specific abilities. All items are refreshed between scenarios, and no item can be permanently consumed. So they are one use per scenario, but you do get them back, and so you're not throwing money at nothing when you buy these things. Major difference for me. So I bought the two Warhammers and I put them on our two melee guys. Now I realized too late that they are double-handed, as one might imagine, so they're two-handed or whatever you want to call it. So the shield that we had, I think, on the Crackheart was unequipped by that, and I think the Brute had one too. No, only one of them had one. I think I ended up paying the unbind cost for that, and I have then assigned it. I thought I had assigned it. This is assigned to the scout. What is happening? Bound to Crackheart. Oh, it is bound to the Crackheart. Still, look at that. I see. So now he can switch between them. But it is still soul-bound to him. I understand. He has a poison dagger available. Okay, so if I want to assign it, this heater shield, to the rogue, the scoundrel, that's cost to move to binding to scoundrel will cost me 10. Okay, I will do it. But that's interesting, and we do have that then, the Brute's poison dagger available for movement. But I will not go further right now. Let's see, I think there was nothing else that I wanted to buy. Let's buy a leather armor too. I'm still not a huge fan of the hide armor. I think it's more good than bad. Whatever, I'll buy one. And I'll put it on. You have room for an armor? You do. He doesn't tend to attack as much as the other characters, or attack more, I suppose, because he does a lot of AoE stuff. Either way, he is my main tank. I want him to have more armor. Yeah. Oh? This is highlighted. Why? Because this is active. Additional attack modifiers, the hide armor plus 2 of these. Interesting. Not something I can choose not to have, no. Okay, and the other armor? The leather armor? Gaining disadvantage. Goes to the Brute. Enemy gains disadvantage. Cost to unbind in 10, but no cost to bind it here. Good. Next up is the Temple of the Great Oak. I did want to try to go and actually get us a blessing this time. I'll do it for 2 characters just to try it out. 2 times bless modifiers. And the bless modifiers is a 2 times damage kind of thing. I will throw that on. I was thinking the Scoundrel. Maybe the Brute. Maybe the Crackheart. Let's go for the Crackheart. Okay, and that gives us devotion, which will matter at some point. Okay. Now I've spent a lot of money. We are leaving 63 still, which may be a mistake. Now we are going to go for the Hollow Men over here. The lower tier quest compared to the other one that I couldn't beat. Now with the extra knowledge that we have acquired and new items galore, I am not confident, but hopeful that we can beat this scenario. Let's go for it and travel. I've also slightly reworked the decks of our guys again, and this is because, why? Because I realized, and I'm gonna talk about that now that I remember, that you know, in the previous episode we didn't, no one died to X HP loss, right? Every time someone was going to die from HP loss, you burn a card, and in the end it is the burning of the cards that ends up getting us just exhausted. So I have reworked my thinking of how we design our decks, because with this new way of thinking of cards as the HP pool, cards that do burn when you use them seem more expensive than they used to feel anyway in my head. And so I have reworked our decks just ever so slightly with the idea of going away from burn cards to more recyclable cards, so that we, in effect, we have more HP instead of burning our own XP in attacking. There's the opposite thinking to this is, of course, then if you burn a card that is so powerful that it helps you avoid taking damage, then it's worth it. But it's not reliable, and I'm now trying out this other theory. We'll see if it works. Anyway, I'm going to throw some water here, and then let's say, as you get closer to the village of Bloodford, you pass through steadily more boggy terrain. The ground sucks at you every step. Away from the path, pools release foul-smelling bubbles. Their stink turning your stomach. The rot is at its worst from a ruined structure to the south of the path. You grimly head towards it, not expecting this encounter to be pleasant. Nurgle lives here, apparently. Aggressor have one or more monster present at the map during every year, and it's kill all enemies in all rooms, so we would have to open a door. Kill 5 or more monsters during this scenario seems hard. I'll try for the aggressor. Workhorse, gain 13 or more experience points during this scenario to gain 3 XP. Oof. Have 5 or more total cards in your hand and discard. At the end, I'm gonna try for the Streamliner here. Neutralize a cause a trap to be sprung or disarmed on your turn, which is really good for him. He's good at pushing. Or be the first to kill a monster during the scenario. Oh, that's easier. I'll go for the Neutralizer. Scrambler. Take only short reach during the scenario. Not a fan of that. Use your equipped items a number of times equal to or greater than your level +2 during the scenario. So for a total of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 items. Okay. That, I think, will happen. So, just by virtue of me using my cards. Cool. Should I go for the opener? Be the first to kill a monster? No. I have made up my mind. Enter the dungeon. Well, the stench can only mean one thing. Living corpses. They are big and hit hard, but boy, they are slow. Or are they slow? Okay. Oh, and they also have fondness for vomiting. Keep on your toes and hit them from range and you should be fine. Okay. That's easier said than done in this small room. Elite, elite, elite. These two are not elite. And then you living corpse elite, yeah. Okay. Obstacle, obstacle. Uh-huh. The thing that builds 2 single-hit obstacles are not a burn card. So I could build obstacles on these 2 tiles here and ward off this entire group, then maybe lock myself in so that they... Yeah, if I place a hero on each of these 2 tiles, then they cannot, like, funnel through. I think I like that idea. I will show my decks. The Spellweaver, the Brute, and as always, you guys can pause if you want to see these in detail. I'm not going to go through all the things here. 11 cards for you. And then the Rogue here. And then I will pause and do the pre-planning for the first turn here. Alright, and here we go. So, no change in plan from what I said earlier in this episode already here. We will we'll build the 2 obstacles here. The earliest or the lowest initiative I can go with the crack heart is 29. And so, it might not work. I wonder if I could get him a lower initiative card, but it's too late now anyway. So we'll hope that they are all slower than that. The skeleton here might be faster, who knows, but I'll try it out. If it works, it's going to be great. Then we got Provoking War, Balance Measure, move over here and disarm him. You, Scoundrel, move over here. Stab this guy in the face, we'll hope that he doesn't do 8 damage back, that would suck. And then 8 from the ether in here with a little shooty action, sounds good to me. And selection, let's go. And they are all slower than 29, perfect. Attack and push, ooh, they suffer 1 damage, but 7 damage, so they will kill the Scoundrel if they roll +1. Except she has an armor, so she will take less than that. Push 1. The push 1 makes it so that they would push her away and then make room for other enemies to move into that tile. But look at that, none of them are moving at all. Interesting. Okay. Oh, so if I don't go into melee with him, he won't hit me with that major attack. Interesting. Anyway, move over here now. I will disarm this zombie anyway, so might as well do it. There's no bad stuff happening. Oh, you gotta skip the movement. It's been a few days since I played. Here. No use for the hammer. +1, good start. They have a lot of hit points, so we gotta chew through all of that. And Brute's turn. Crackheart. And I picked up a heal, but because there was no other way for me to do at such a low initiative. So he will be wasting his second action here. But this should be worth it. This will be good for me, I think. Maybe too slow. I'm not going to be able to surround them either, you know. I wonder what happens if I heal here. Like, nothing. No, but I will build up the earth element, so might as well. Yeah, overhealing doesn't do anything. Oh, and I go after him there. Perfect. And they do still take the damage even if they were disarmed, not able to use the ability. Exactly as planned. I will move it over here then. We will poison this zombie. How does that even work? Are they not poisoned already? Do they even have physiology that can be poisoned? Many questions. We're doing a basic attack, not the backstab, in order to not burn the card. Ooh, double damage. So this is the blessing thing activating. Very cool. Alright. Good start. So my mystic ally go here. It might shoot at the zombies up there. No, I want to focus down the one in the doorway every time here, I think. The elite guys as well, yeah. This is already infused, this earth element. Interesting. I still am not entirely sure, maybe I should read up on this, how the elements work, because I thought this would be infused next round, and it's also strong right now. Not sure how that happens. I will use the goggles, why not? For a 3 damage attack, that seems fine. Ending the turn. Okay. All around a very strong opening for us. Now we want to stab this guy in the face as many times as we can, but I was going to do Trickster's Reversal here. No damage this time around whenever you summon your next unit of damage. And then we'll do something slow to accompany it. I might do Throwing Knives and attack something in the back instead. Because why not? Let's see what the Crackheart can do at range. I know he has ranged attacks. There's the Earthen Clod. Very cool. He can destroy the obstacles as well if we ever need it, and he will gain XP off of it. If we push them into hexes containing obstacles, we will also do damage. Here, range 3, damage 3. I'm thinking about stuff like Dirt Tornado here might be nice, even though these guys have shields. They get muddled. There's no way for me to hit. It would be nice if they would like move over to one of the sides, but I don't think these guys will move at all if they can't. If they can't get to anything anyway, they're not going to move over here because it would eventually allow them to get in here. I think I have a massive boulder here on probably this, well, the living corpse here. The extra 1 damage from it will travel through the shields here. Then for the bottom part of a card, this is for all of your ranged attacks for the same round. Oh, that would be good with the Dirt Tornado next round. We can jump with this. Heal at range. Yes. So he heals whoever gets punched really hard here. And he goes slow in the initiative, so that's perfect. I want to move the Spellweaver closer so that we can hit with the shorter range spells. Like the Flame Strike here. So I want to move with... Not that I can shoot to... Move with the Hardened Spikes. Then shoot with the Flame Strike to build up a fire thingy. Now this consumes fire. The only way I have to gain the fire element is to burn the fire orbs, which I am reluctant to do per our new discussion. I might do that in the next room. When we're in the final fight and we can sort of see the end of the scenario, we can burn all the cards as long as it gets me the victory. But in the first room, I really gotta be more careful. So we will do the Flame Strike, yes. Cool. And the Brute in the melee here can shield himself, maybe? Always a nice idea. Or attack twice. He hasn't poisoned his enemy here. We can push that guy back. So let me equip the Sweeping Blow. And the spare dagger attack. You know, it make more sense for me to use this one, unless we're always in the melee. But here I could choose to push him away. If he stands still, it doesn't attack. Oh, I'll equip this Shield Bash, so we can shield and then do Sweeping Blow if he's not threatening too much. Or if he's threatening me too much, but not moving, we could Sweeping Blow, move him, or I punch with the Shield Bash, basic damage, and then push him away. Yes, end selection, and go. No, here we need him earlier in the initiative. Go. 20 initiative on them. There are 2. Heal self. Ah, that's annoying when I'm trying this strat. there's nothing for them to heal right now. Attack and poison for the elites here. It's not too bad. Okay, so we'll take that punch. The poison is annoying. And now we'll see if the enemies will move. Here we will take no damage this round. And then throwing knives. Will I do it in melee here? Probably not. But the skeletons will heal, so that seems silly doing it on them. So I will go for the melee range here. That's fine. It's not fine, but it's what it is, you know. -1. Okay. So we will shield self here. Taking 1 less damage this round. And then sweeping blow. I don't think it damages the obstacle there. If it does, then we will have learned something new. -1, too bad. They do nothing, they don't even move. Which one will we be killing first? I think we go for the poison guy. Over there. Confirm movement. Then flame strike. There's a chance to kill here, but it wouldn't really matter. Except if I do kill him. Ah, then another one will run in and punch and not do damage. Yes, perfect. No kill, but that's fine. Here we have the Trickster's Reversal. Still getting poisoned though. And here we receive the 3 damage. The other zombies do not move. Massive boulder. I think I will go here like I said. Why not that guy? Is it better to focus down one? No. It's better to keep as many of them alive as possible so that I can do more AoE attacks. So let's go on you. And now we have to ask, is it worth more to heal this guy too? Or clear the poison over there? But then I realized they're both poisoned. So I think we go for the brute then, who is lower. Okay. Now we can kill the zombie in the front line here. Venom Shift also applies poison, so we can apply poison to the next one that comes into range here. Can you kill the frontliner there? Yeah, you can, early on. And then we're not doing anything with the other move. That's fine. After that, you will prep. Late in the turn, I will have you prep. Was one adjacent to perform move 1? No. Loot 1? They might be slower than that. Let me prep the Sinister Opportunity because I want to go after them and then Venom Shift the next one that stands in that spot. Root here. Would love to kill him this turn here. I think we can get away with it. This Mystic Ally will shoot first, so dealing what, 2-ish. And then we will do here. Warding Strength is 3 damage. Leaving Cleave is 3. Warding Strength is lower initiative. But you could go early with Eye for an eye and heal yourself, and then do Leaving Cleave. Yes. Crackheart has now built up the earth, so then we do Dirt Tornado with heaving swing, and I want to do that early as possible here. Cool. Good turn coming in. Living bone to lead. Target one enemy with all attacks. Okay. Yeah. That is not problematic. It's fine. No. Wait. Ah, yeah. So the Living Bones lead would come in and deal double damage twice to the rogue. I cannot let that happen. Huh. Not sure what we do about this. This would kill the rogue. Move 3 suffers 1 damage, but no attack? Oh. Very interesting. So I don't think I want to kill the Living Corpse Elite before the skeleton has moved. So what do here? I think we start going on one of the skellies here. Really, I should not attack. We'll have the rogue kill the zombie here in the corner. That is much better. We're not burning the earth element for that. This is range 3. So we are going to start working on this Bones Elite this turn as well with the AoE attack. Let's go on him. No, I might put the big AoE here. So this one is better, I think. Okay, well, that is what it is. Yeah, skip movement. Yield yourself here. Now we're doing well, but I'm wondering if we are killing them too slowly. That could be a problem. Oh, how much move do you have? Move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. Crap. I do not want to take 8 damage on the brute when I can avoid it. Oh, target one enemy with all attacks, and it's a target 3, so that's 12 damage. Skip attack. End brute's turn. Yeah, we gotta kill those skeletons at range. So this is the play for that. Yes. Consume the earth thing and the power potion, because why not? Then I cannot do anything. So the first thing you click is here, then the 2 modifiers, then you select the thing. Okay, that worked. Yeah, while we're overcoming the shields of those guys, I will spend the power potion here. Nice. Double damage on this guy over here. And they are modeled until the end of the affected character's next turn, which is gonna come immediately and then go away. Okay. Now we will dare to kill that zombie with the scoundrel, and we'll just see how that goes. I love that these guys are killing themselves. Yeah. And as such, there's no reason to stay in this spot over that one, so I will move in here. With the idea that maybe we can attack and then move away before they get an action next turn here. Maybe. And I also get to pick up the gold, which we like. Quick hands, swift bow, loot every hex you move through, move 5. I'll go quick. And then swift bow for the other one. Freezing Nova and Fire Orbs neither can attack without me moving to them somehow, which could be arranged now that I look at it. I can move up and do Freezing Nova, but then the spell viewer will be intact instead, which might be nice since she isn't poisoned. I'll go late in the turn with you then. Brute will kill now, I think. Let's go spare dagger so you can throw also. Move 4. It's interesting with this one because if they were standing here, he would be able to move over, hit them, and then come back. But I think he has the shoes to do that exact move against them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could damage these 2 for 2 with the trample. But that's a burn card. We'll try not to use the burn cards. Just prep the skewer here. We can attack with the spare dagger through here if I don't want to kill the corpse elite. I think that's a good idea. Let me go early in the turn. Yeah, and more ranged attacks with you. We could Nature's Lift late in the turn in order to heal to Kratar. I think this is the play. And then mobilize all enemies move through, but that's a burn card. I want to go late in the turn with you here. Just prep the rock tunnel and not use it. Oh, we might want to break through these 2 at some point. It doesn't have to be next turn here. So yes, let's go. They're moving 5. Attacking 3, then target 3. I wonder what that means. When they're already innate targeting 3. I don't think it's going to be able to target the same guy more than once. We do want to kill the elite, and then the living corpse here will not be able to reach us. That's good. And that works out perfectly. Then the other skeleton elite will not be able to do anything. Perfect. Here. Could I kill you? No. I might be able to kill him. With a bit of luck. They're moving 5, so it's not like I can't be hit by them. Either damage for 3 at range or 3 in melee. Even if I kill him, it's going to be the same. Because they can heal then, I will try to kill the other guy at range, so that before he starts rolling his heal cards again, we can try to take him down. Bad luck there. Just 1 shield is so nasty. I will skip the movement here. The shield, take the damage, and it's only that 1 attack. Perfect. This is you with the spare dagger over there. I can shoot at something else with you, and then the mystic ally will attack the zombie, but then that comes after the zombie's turn, so no. Here. And I have an extra attack in case I roll a null here. That's actually pretty good. Oh, look at that! I did. Exactly as planned. You have the range 3 attack. I think I will throw at this skeleton. Yeah. Good. Target all enemies move through. No, I will not. But I will move over here. I think. I'm kind of regretting you not destroying this obstacle. Next turn, I should have kept the card. I think we're getting to the point where I want to do that. Oh, I should have moved over here because it's closer to the door, and we gotta move through the door soon. I am loving this Mystic Ally. That one, I know it's a burn card, but it does so much damage over the course of one scenario. It is insane to think about. Oh, I was supposed to move away here so I could move in and do Freezing Nova. Do we do Fire Orbs? She can go again, you know, with all her cards. I think that's the play then. And Minor Power Potion. I don't think I need it. It's that or do not attack at all. Oh, that's maybe not true. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, she can't move over here in Freezing Nova. Yeah, she can recover her burn cards, so I think we should do this. One Skelly down. Oh, but we're not getting lucky against that other guy. Hey. Move towards the door now. Because that might be our next big problem. And you have to long rest in the doorway. Maybe we will go with that. Let's see what else we can do. You have to long rest. Warding strength and trample. Both are fine here. Let's go early. No, let's go late in case they don't move. Here, what can you do? You can heal her. Yeah, you cannot help the scoundrel. The scoundrel might just get murdered by that skeleton elite. And we're talking it could be a multi-attack that kills her several times. So maybe I should short rest with her, eh? And see what can we do for movement. I could take no damage for one of them. She doesn't have a jump move to move around, but she could move away so that the crackhead can come in. I will have to short rest. I don't think we have a choice here. And the citizen opportunity is just really nice, but I will not take the damage. So we want to go early. A Venom ship would be nice, but it's too late. No, but we could move early. Maybe with the flanking strike or the backstab with 6. It's a little bit excessive, but I gotta go early here. Yeah, okay. Then he will move in and punch that guy in the face with an immobilize attack. And I will save Nature's Lift to heal later. Opposing strike. Maybe that doesn't make sense because he's gonna have to long rest after this year, so probably not. Then it doesn't matter what I choose. Oh, but the retaliate thing might be nice if he's doing a multi-attack thing. Okay, And then I will prep Crushing Grasp so that it can be this could be the melee attack if that's what we need. And then this the movement. Okay, I like that. Good. And selection. Yeah, they're doing 6 damage but not moving. So she punches, moves away, and then he will not move in. He will heal her. Aha. They went fairly early, but they're gonna not attack. Or not move, sorry. So they will not get anything done either. I am severely outplaying the enemies today. This is really nice. And I do get to do the poison attack here. How do you poison the skeleton? Don't think about it. Now we gotta quickly look here. It is a range 3 heal, this baby here. So if I move, I can go 1, 2, 3 there. Yeah, a lot of outplay is focused around the zombies. That's kind of cool. So I'm not going to move in because he would just punch back with 6. This doesn't make sense. So we will just heal her. Can I target her again? No. That's good enough. Getting rid of the poison. And I will not spend the card here. I'll just do the movement, but skip it. You will move up and murder. With push or without, it doesn't matter. We get the gold. Lovely. And you are long resting, that's fine. We can burn... we don't... Oh, we do have a way to create ice. I like the frost, the manifold and the frost armor because it's range 3 attacks. Maybe the freezing nova. But then the hardened spikes makes even less sense, so I will burn this one. I'm kind of weirded out that I brought this card at all, but I think I did it to hopefully maybe do this shield thing sometime. It just hasn't worked out. Okay, and so if we can go early here, we can kill him before he acts, and then we just need to open the door to the next room in order to trigger the aggressor thing for the scoundrel, which is interesting. You need to long rest. It looks like we will not be able to do that. Unless you want to do it yourself with your 6 movement thing. 5 move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You cannot. Yeah, we cannot open the door. Okay. It's fine. We will not get the aggressor bonus. Move 4 would be cool. So I guess we're going for the move 5. And then loot. Can we have a loot 1? Yes. Yeah. Which means that you, madam, will have to try to kill the skeleton before it moves. Means you have to move first in order to do it, I think. Or you can do... Mana Bolt. You have a healing ability at range 1 here. This is unlikely to kill. It is not impossible to kill with this, and you have spent more of your bad card or attack modifiers than the good ones. Okay, I would say that that actually is like more than 50% chance that you kill with the Mana Bolt. Or the Frost Armor thing, and then heal with the Mana Bolt heal. Otherwise we would move in with it and hit with the Flame Strike at range 2. We might want to prep the flame strike and then... Yeah, I'll do it like this. If, depending on what card it plays, we will either attempt to kill or do the healing. We'll see what it does. And selection. It is moving 2, then attacking for 4, then healing self. Okay, I would like to kill it before it does that, to be fair. So I will attempt it. In fact, I can attempt it with the scoundrel from the other side. Yeah, here we can do quick hands and go into attack. Almost guaranteeing the kill this turn. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about the poison. The poison more or less guarantees it. No, it does not guarantee it. I forgot about the Mystic Ally. Cool. So then we can do the healing. Ah, that's range 1. We'll heal the brute. I'm such a dummy sometimes. We cannot heal the brute, that's fine. All rest. Your first burned card. I think this was a very, very nice execution of the first room, if I have to say so myself. I will burn the shield bash. No, shield bash is too good. Now we will do some proper prep before the next room. That'll be cool. Setting up some abilities maybe. And we can do burn cards in the next room. Skewer is hard to land. Yeah, burn skewer. I'm not sure I want to burn the avalanche. I might want to do another setup of those obstacles. That was pretty cool. We can destroy some of the obstacles in this room in the next turn just to gain some XP. Honestly, I do not want to burn anything here. All my cards are too good. Nature's Lift, maybe. Yeah, this one in the bottom, because we don't infuse enough, it doesn't really help. Okay, let's do a setup turn and then end the episode here. So, nothing for you to set up for next turn, but you can move closer to the door, you can do loot 2. What do I want to save? For opening the door turn. Attack where X is double the target. This one we burn, or not burn, but like use. I could do loot 2. If I did that here, then the other guys wouldn't have to focus on that. How far are you moving? If I want us to do a setup thing, next 6 melee attacks targeting you retaliate to. That is pretty good. It doesn't even have to happen in the following turn. Then there's the one with the extra ammunition, but that has been destroyed. So the opposing strike is hard to do anyway. I will get rid of that one. And then we can move 4, move 3, move 5, but burn. No. So move 4 seems the best. I want to get him up front. 1, 2, 3, 4. He will collect that gold. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Point is, no one is picking up this gold. So I think I will do the loot 2 with you. We can afford to burn a little. And then someone's got to pick up this gold, but that should be easy enough. I want to probably set up the frost armor. And then maybe we do the reviving ether now? No, that's too early. So just move with it. Do you want to set up something for future turns? Next sources of incoming damage. Targeting you gain shield. Very nice. Yeah, I think warding strength. And can you move as well with the top half of anything? No, so you're standing still, doing the top half of something. For each retaliate this round, huh? You could heal the rogue. Is she moving? No. The heal here is what? Is it important? That's another question. Where was the healing? Heal 2. Oh, that's also the bottom half of a card. Never mind. I want to use the balance measure when we enter the next room. Eye for an eye. Cool. Loot the 2. Skip attack. We will confirm the movement of the mystic ally. Good. I thought I could move forward with you and activate the frost armor, so again, I was wrong about that. But we will not do this. Skip. End Spellweaver's turn. Setting up this ability. Skip attack. I could have probably opened the door this turn. I could have gotten away with it. Oh, now I'm not moving with you because I want to do the opposing strike buff. I picked this one down here for the movement, so this is a terrible outcome again. Is it important to set up this ability? No, but it's... I mean, I have the time. Since I've decided not to open the door. I think I should have opened the door. I'm regretting not doing it. I should have done the massive boulder. Just to infuse earth. Heal self. Ooh. Now you got a long rest. You will move up. I think we do one last turn of setup here, which is to move closer to the door. And do this, the other little things there. Healing and moving. So what other move, like the sweeping blow could be useful. So could the leaving cleave. I'll go for this one as the movement. Spear, dagger, leaping cleave. Trample might be useful later. Now we want to get some movement on you. Oh, and you can do rock tunnel and destroy an obstacle. Why not? Why not? Because you could heal, but she's self-healing. Special mixture for self. Yes, perfect. So we will come completely fresh into the next room, except for, of course, the few burned cards that we have. Aggressor failed. It's not in my playstyle to be the aggressor, so like I should probably not pick that buff at all, or like that XP goal. Here, there's no order to it. I'm only moving 2 anyway. Move up here. We could pick up the gold there, but honestly, I just wanna. I'm sure we will stand on this spot at some point during the next fight, so I'm not too worried about that gold. We will get it. Here, move 3. Gain some XP. You will long rest. Burn the flame strike. And so you have to play the reviving ether on the current rotation of your deck. Is that true? Or can you do one more? Let me do the math real quick. She plays Mana Bolt and Reviving Ether, then she long rests, burning one of those 2 cards, burning the Mana Bolt, then having Freezing Nova and Reviving Ether to play together, getting all 4 back. I think that's the better play. We are opening the gate this turn, and so I will cut the episode here before we do. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Gloomhaven, and you found that it was more interesting. And even though it was a little bit slow, I think it's very strategically, calculating, interesting. I'm not sure what word to use. See you next episode, guys, and bye-bye.